Okay, friends, let's talk about winter weather driving. Okay, as you can see here, here's another time lapse from Dover to Clarksville, mostly. And you can see that in a lot of places, there's only one lane. In some places, it's only a path. Friends, you need to leave the house early enough to get where you're going safely. And friends, listen, I know that there's two lanes there. You know that there's two lanes there. But one of them is covered in 2 inches of snow and packed snow and ice. Friends, that's like going to the bathroom and finding the door locked and you know the toilet is just beyond it. But you're saying, I got close enough. And so you go ahead and do what you're going to do. Listen, that's not how it's meant to work. And it's just going to provide you some gratification, but it's going to cause problems for the rest of us. You got to have patience, because that door will unlock eventually. Until then, you got to think of like everybody around you. There was this guy today, on Wilma Rudolph. That's 6 lanes and a turning lane. And there was this guy, he was trying to turn on Needmore Road, and he wasn't going to wait until all this traffic, which is normally the center lane, made it up to Needmore Road, because he knew that there used to be this third lane there. Now, that's where the snowplows pushed all the snow. And so it was like 18 inches tall, but he was in a big old Ford. And so, he could make it, and he didn't. He got stuck. And then he put on his reverse lights at an angle back into everybody else's lane of traffic. I mean, does common sense just go out the window? Seriously. What? There's no lane there. And another thing, you know what? Water, electricity, and people driving on snow take the path of least resistance most of the time. The first two episodes, every time. If there's a beaten path, people are going to follow the beaten path, and the beaten path may or may not have followed the lanes generally, but not 100% perfect. And so if you're passing somebody, and then there was this truck driver today that passed us. I got a couple of pictures I'm going to put in here of that. But there was this truck driver that passed us, and he got over where there was no lane. I mean, there is a lane, but it was under 2.5, 3 inches of packed snow and ice, and it was rough. And so the back end of his trailer just shifted back and forth, because it was like he was driving down an old country road that had never had a single pothole fixed. And then he had snow on top, friends. And that snow on top, you know what? I got a picture where I caught it in time, and I slowed up and didn't pass him until the snow, but it slid off the top and it fell in front of my vehicle. Friends, we got to do better. We got to do better. I know we don't get this a lot, but, listen, just slow down and use some common sense. And, if you're in a 2-wheel drive little car, okay, you ain't running the Baja race in what you brought, okay? So just slow down and be patient. And that's if you got to get out. If you don't got to get out, stay home.
Hello, darling. Darling, I've been married 4 times. My first husband was a banker. My second husband was a circus ringmaster. My third husband was a preacher. And my fourth husband, well, he's a funeral director. You may ask me why 4 men in such a diverse range of occupations, but the answer is simple, darling. 1, for the money. 2, for the show. 3, to get ready. You figure the fourth one. I can't believe it's not Bada.